whatever you would do for free, that's mostly your mission. Like me, I love speaking about financial literacy, understanding, comprehension. It's part of my purpose, it's part of my mission because I talk about it so freely, and that's a talent that God gave me in the first place.
Mm.
It's not forceful. I don't chase it, I attract it. So that's majority of the time it's your mission, the things that you love to do just to be doing it. And that's why God gave it to you because it's not work to you, it's your mission. Work and mission is two different things. Work is something I have to go do to make ends meet. Mission is something I'm going to do to make other people's lives better. That's your mission.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Off the Field. I'm your host, Coach Zay. Here we believe in teaching you the championship mindset because winning isn't just a goal, it's a lifestyle. This podcast is your go-to source for insightful discussions on personal growth, financial empowerment, and current events, all aimed at helping you navigate life's challenges and opportunities. Whether you're an athlete, entrepreneur, or someone striving for success, we're here to provide you with the tools and inspiration you need to achieve greatness. So get ready to level up your game in every aspect of life. Today, we have a truly inspiring guest on Off the Field, Amoon Razen, a Marine veteran. Amoon has dedicated his life to serving and empowering others. He's on a mission to educate, help, and comprehend financial literacy. Amoon is on a mission to change the culture through financial empowerment, helping individuals build a secure and prosperous future. Amoon brings a unique perspective to our conversation today. Let's welcome him to the show. How you doing today, bro?
I'm doing good, man. How you doing today, man?
You
Coach
doing
Zay,
good?
the
Yes,
number
sir.
one, the one and
Yes,
only Coach Zay.
Yes, sir. I'm doing great, man. I'm blessed for you to be here. I think our audience going to learn a lot from you and just understanding life outside of sports. So you say you help and inspire people with financial literacy. So what is financial literacy to you?
So financial literacy to me is getting the tools for the job and be able to use the tools to fix the job. You
Mm,
have to understand what financial literacy is. It means being literate of financial literacy. So understand
mm,
the verbiage of financial literacy, just like you talking about the market or bull market. Learn those different words, little things like that can make a bigger difference to your whole life. Because if you can't read the language, you will never understand what's going on. So
mm,
understanding the language and the study of words, etymology, the study of words is a big thing to financial literacy. Because most times if you read something and it's just the word itself that throws you off. So
mm,
learning the vocabulary is big. That's financial literacy to me.
mm. So how did you learn all this financial literacy? Was it from the Marine Corps or where did you learn all this stuff from?
The Marine Corps gave me the three doctors: Dr. Persistency, Dr. Consistency, and Dr. Discipline. That's what the Marine Corps gave me. However, I learned a lot of these things in asset protection and income protection. I learned a lot of my financial knowledge from that. That's what I learned a lot of from in reading certain books as well, because iron sharpens iron. But it's either two things I'm doing through my life. It's either I'm swinging my sword or I'm sharpening my sword.
Mm,
It's either two things I'm doing: swinging my sword or sharpening it, and that's it. Sharpening is the book, like me reading the books and taking notes, copious notes,
mm,
those things like that. Just not reading to be reading. It's three major questions I ask myself, guys. Three major questions when I read a book, chapter by chapter. Number one is, what did I learn? Number two is, how did it make me feel? And number three is, how I'm going to apply it.
mm,
So when I read anything, I ask myself those three questions, and then it helped me go from faith to works. Faith,
mm,
emotion, works.
mm.
And that's what I do.
Mm. So what books can you recommend to the audience out there? Just like who wants again to read and learn about finances but don't know where to start?
Number one for me will be, it's a small book, but it's powerful. Kind of give you the tools I was talking about in the beginning. It's
Mhm.
Money, Wealth, and Life Insurance.
It's a great
Money,
book.
Wealth, and Life Insurance is a small book. I think it's around like 60 to 70 pages, but it kind of just basically show you how all these companies in the world utilize not death insurance, they use life insurance to go through the Great Depression. So most people have a bad mindset. They think when you hear the word life insurance, what's the first thing you think about? The
That.
first thing people think about is death. But
Mhm.
that's because nobody have educated them properly on things you can utilize while you're living to help you out. You know, my mom passed away this year, April 10th, glioblastoma brain cancer, and I seen what happens when you have the proper things, and I also seen when you don't have the proper things, how things will happen. And that was my heart, my everything. So
Mhm.
emotionally,
But you
I'm
lost.
I'm, I'm embedded into helping my people out because it's detrimental for us to understand and understand these things for
Mhm.
sure.
And you mentioned the book. Man, people don't realize, but Disney World was built off life insurance.
Yeah.
McDonald's was built off life insurance.
Yep.
And there was the book talks about that, but the outside world really don't understand that. So you be coming from a Marine Corps, right? People in the outside world thinks, okay, since he's in Marines, he should be set up for life. Is it like that with your finances? Does Marines set you up for life, or did you have to do some outside factors towards getting your finances in the right place?
Well, I feel like anything that you do, you have to do outside things, especially in the world today. The Marine Corps did set me up for success because it gave me the mind. Your mind doesn't follow the body follows the mind. So once you have that, anything, relentless mindset, you can do a lot with it. It is having the structure and the path to go those ways. So I would say yes. However, you need to learn stuff outside the military because a person that doesn't grow dies. Person that doesn't grow dies. So even if I had all the mentality and the financial literacy and all in the military, things always grow. You know, look around the world today. You know, everything has evolved. Like I said before, what doesn't evolve die. So you look around, your phone has an update, your car has an update, and your insurance have an update. So
Right.
why I'm saying this to say that is that you have to update as well. If
Mm,
you don't update, then that means continuously education and learning for yourself, you will be stagnated. And we all know what is stagnated eventually dies.
mm.
So for me, it's always gonna be a learning. Learning is forever.
I love it. So, how has being in the Marine Corps shaped your view in the world as a man?
It shaped my mindset of don't make excuses, make adjustments.
Mm,
Because sometimes we get down on our life and we look around in our life, we say we wish we had this, we wish we had that, but you exactly where you need to be. You're exactly where you need to be right now. And have let gratitude be your attitude. Every day you wake up, you have another shot. Like most people, I'll be honest with you, most people waiting for January 1st. Every day you wake up is January 1st. And that's the hard fact. If you have to wait until January 1st, you're not ready yet. Because if you wait to January 1st to think at 12 o'clock midnight, all the habits that you didn't endure is going to change with that 1 minute to be 12 o'clock. You're wrong. So you creating the habits already. You should have been started probably like September, creating the right habits, 90-day habits, October, the 90-day habits, the fourth quarter, and getting that going. So right then when January 1st happens, then you already have the habits. You won't have to show me who you are. You show me your habits and I show you who you are.
mm.
Or you show me who you are, basically. Your habits.
Let's talk about that. Give me back to the youth and the next generation growing up. And I know that you're really big on that. So, what are some things the young men out there should be doing? What are some things they shouldn't be doing? What are some things they should be staying away from? What are your thoughts behind that?
So my thoughts behind that as a young man, it's like three M's. The three M's I go by is near dear to me is number one, your mission. Like what is your purpose in life? It's hard to find that out when you're not on your purpose. So follow your purpose and let everything attract to your purpose. Don't try to grab something that's not in your lane of your purpose. And that's why a lot of people have a battle, young men have a battle with life, is because sometimes we on our path, but we try to grab somebody from another highway and put them in our lane and wonder why it crashed. We can't do that. So your mission, what is your purpose? Why did the universe and God put you here in the first place? That's number one. Number two is your master. And what I mean by master is who you serve as a God. Whatever that case may be, whoever you serve as a God, the universe, whatever you want to do, who you serve as a guide because it will give you like the morals, the ethics, and the integrity and all that from like the God that you serve, right? And
Mhm.
then the third, but not, and I think one of the most important, your mate. Your mate is going to be determine where you go to, because if you're in a house of peace, you can, you can maneuver real better. You can maneuver better if you're in a house of peace. But if you're in a house of chaos, I love to work out. I like to fast. You don't like to work in, like to fast. So even at the home front, which your home is your first business, you're gonna have a lot of clashing.
Mm.
So for men specifically, I'm talking to men: mission, master, and mate. Those are three M's you have to get into as soon as possible. Your mission, your master, and your mate.
So let's break that down because those are three important and vital things. But
Yeah,
what should first of all, let's talk about the mission. How can somebody even find their mission? Now in the life of social media, you got so many things pulling you there, pulling you there. People trying to get to the fast money. People, it's a whole different world, right? So how
yeah.
can you find your mission in the world of chaos?
Great question. How you find your mission? Whatever you would do for free, that's mostly your mission. Like me, I love speaking about financial literacy, understanding, comprehension. It's part of my purpose. It's part of my mission because I talk about it so freely, and that's a talent that God gave me in the first place.
Mm,
It's not forceful. I don't chase it. I attract it. So that's majority of the time. It's your mission, the things that you love to do, just to be doing it, and that's why God gave it to you, because it's not work to you. It's your mission. Work and mission is two different things. Work is something I have to go do to make ends meet. Mission is something I'm going to do to make other people's lives better. That's your mission.
I love that, man. So finding your mate. This is a huge one right now going on
Yeah.
nowadays, right? Find a person that's going to make you better and you spending the rest of your life with. What are some key factors that you've seen with your wife, right? That stuck out to you is like, okay, she has these qualities, she has these traits. Now I know that I can proceed with things because a lot of times people go off of looks and go off of things how they feel right now. Do you look long term with that woman? Do you look at what's going on right now? Help the crowd out with that.
This one, like the mate thing, it's just
Yeah.
basically what your contract is with your person that you with. I
Mm,
don't go by I don't go by what other people think what it should be, if you're married, what the case may be, or suppose what marriage is, because I think
mm,
a whole different way than most people. But I'm not really diving that. But
mm,
however, whatever your contract is with that person, because most people, it's just we want a house, kids, white picket fence, and that's not always the case. You know what I'm saying? It's not always the case at all, because not every one shoe fits every person. Don't
mm,
worry about anybody else's their mission. Y'all both have a mission together, and y'all yin and yang. And where you low, she high. Where she high, sometimes
mm,
you low, but y'all make this work. Y'all have your own contract. When y'all give a hug to each other, that circle that y'all have, that's you two.
mm,
Everything outside of that doesn't matter.
mm,
Make sense? So
mm,
imagine you hugging somebody and you hugging her, or she hugging you. And everything outside of that doesn't matter. It's just you two. And just worry about y'all business, nobody else. And most people today, they look at celebrities, they look at everybody else, and they want to make that the the blueprint, but the blueprint is already written. You know what I'm saying? If you want to read the Bible, it give you a great a great definition, a great leeway to what they may look like. If it resonate with you, resonate with you. But however, keep everybody out your business and just focus on what contract you and the other person have. Because sometimes
mm,
you look at somebody else, your contract is working, but you look at
mm,
somebody else's and you start comparing. And comparing is the root of all evil. You know what I'm saying? And marriage is in your heart. It don't have nothing to do with no ring or
mm,
nothing like that. That's man made, to be honest with you. It don't have nothing to do with that. It have nothing to do good in the front and all that. It really doesn't have nothing to do with that. It has something to do with that person, having a covenant with that person, which is a contract with you and that person. That's it, and nobody else. That's what it
mm.
is, my
That's it.
opinion. But so we'll go leave it there.
I'm about to say I agree with that opinion. Now, some people might be mad in the comments at the unpopular fact. I mean, unpopular opinion, but I agree with that, man, because
But
a lot of times you don't know what the other person or other relationship is going through, and
yeah,
just from the outskirts, people be like, "Oh, they're all this, they're all that," and maybe a relationship can get toxified from being around social media. They thinking it's one thing, and to see, let's say, Jada, little baby. I'm not too familiar with the relationships going on, but like they think one couple would happen at all, and in the back end, they going through it. So, like you said, it's important just what you and your partner has.
everybody go through things. Like I said, whatever contract you and that person have, It don't need to be said for nobody else. If you living life, you helping the homeless, you doing what you need to do, and it's working for you all, it'll work for you all. And that's what it is. It don't have to be nobody else's business and nothing like that. Most people just we don't know the difference between being private and being secretive. Like just be private to yourself and keep on pushing with your with whatever morals and beliefs that is followable God gave you. You know what I'm saying? God gave you the discernment to pick what you want to pick. You pick that. Just don't look at somebody else's relationships. I want my relationship like this, but you don't know what they endured to get their relationship. You know what the trials and tribulations they went to get there because everybody goes through up and downs. You don't never know what happens. You're just looking on the outside. You're looking at a Bentley, and sometimes inside the Bentley is just standard. You think you got all the bells and whistles, but it may be standard inside. So that's why I say so within, so without. You know, not so without, so within. So within, say look in first, and you look at your heart first, and go by that, and that's it.
So let's talk about the Bentleys. Let's talk about the cars, money. What are your three pillars of finances? I know we had a little conversation behind the scenes, but for the people that don't know, talk to me about your three pillars of finances and what you stand for and what you think what you think finances is.
So the three pillars I believe I would say I believe because my opinion right the three pillars is number one. As a man you want to protect the empire, so you want to protect, right, say you want coach say you want to protect, so what you want to protect you want to make sure you have something that's protecting it. So it just I'm gonna go into this. It's crazy how people have car insurance, phone insurance, and renter's insurance. However, your life you don't have no insurance on that.
Mm,
So everything around you is replaceable, but guess who's not replaceable?
You.
You.
Mhm.
So we say we love things, but we're protected. So the first thing is not death insurance, it's life insurance. If something happened today, everything I worked so hard for all these years, if something go, I own everything. Because you go through two major things when something happened to you, and only God know, right? Is when something happened to you, number one is financially. Because we the last person you want to talk to in the beginning, but when something happened bad, I'm the first person you want to talk to.
Mhm.
So that's the first thing, right? And then the second thing is emotionally. You'll go through emotional stress and then financial stress. And you want to make sure you cover all your angles and cross all your T's and dot all your I's and make sure you have income protection to protect you and your establishment and your kingdom or your queendom, whatever you want to call it. So income protection. So make sure you have that as your foundation. And I think that's the second foundation. The understanding, the comprehension is the first pillar to know what you're doing. And the second one is the financial insurance and stuff like that as well.
Mm. So, what's your favorite asset manager product right now that you use? I know something hot for people. And I know everybody's different, right? But I know something hot for people right now that's younger is an IUL. Do you think an IUL is beneficial? And for definitely, let's just say for our Black community that may or may not have knowledge to it as well?
Yes, I believe that's the first thing. That's a hot pillar because number one, the IUL, which is an index universal life insurance policy, it's a permanent life insurance policy. Number one is protect you, to protect you. For example, if you have $1 million in homes, but you have $400,000 in life insurance, that's great. But something happened to you, you still don't own a home, and you still
Mm,
own everything around you. So have as much as you have of all your bills and all the stuff that you own or that you don't own, and or have more. So
mm,
number one, I'll say the IUL is a good one because number one, the three benefits of the IUL is number one is asset protection. If something happened to you, it goes to your family directly. Majority of times, right, goes directly to your family. It bypasses probate for the most part in most cities in most states. I mean, and then number two, you have compound interest. I think sometimes we don't understand the difference between compound interest and simple interest.
mm,
So if I was to say, okay, would you take $2 million right now, or would you take a penny that doubles every day? Most people would take the $2 million right now because they understand I got to get that $2 million right now. It's
mm,
simple, it's fast. However, the penny that doubles every day for 30 days is approximately 5.3 million.
mm,
So that's compound interest. And that's the
mm,
effect that it have in the IUL too. It's a tax free.
mm,
They tax you on the seeds and they don't tax your harvest.
mhm,
So that's the compound interest that you got that's tax free, that's liquid too as
mm,
well that you can get. And the third benefit of the IUL is living benefits, which is your critical, chronic, and terminal illness. And these are things that happen to, especially to most people, they have critical illness. That's heart attacks, diabetes, Alzheimer's, all those things that happen to most people before they transition. It makes sure it protects your income if something happens to you like that. Most people have a lot of different portfolios, and then they have to take all their money out of that. Plus getting hit by the taxes is because they got sick. If you get sick now and you can't work, you pulling all that out to make sure you get the medicine and get all these things that keep you afloat. But imagine you have income protection and they came out of your policy and not your retirement itself. Because your retirement, I'll get a question right now, Coach Day. If you had $1 million right now, would you go to Vegas and bet it with all one play?
No,
But
that's
that's
crazy.
crazy, right? So that's what most people do when
Mm,
they have all their money in one portfolio, is that they betting everything go down, they lose everything. So
mm,
diversify your portfolio. So the three benefits is: number one, income protection; number two, it's tax free compound interest; and number three, living benefits. Can't go wrong. If you die too soon, your family is taken care of. If you live too long, you're 80 years old, you got tax free retirement. And number three, if you ever was to get sick, like most people get sick, you're covered that way. I believe that's the three pillars that you can't go wrong with. And that's my
mm,
opinion for number one thing. But other things out there you can add on to it. But number one, you have to insurance just to protect. So why not protect yourself and your family?
right. So talk about that simple interest versus compound interest, because that's a big one that not a lot of people really understand or even know about. So talk to me like I'm an elementary school, just getting to middle school, want to learn about money. How would you explain that?
I was playing okay. I probably would say, okay, I grab a penny and I give probably
Mhm.
like 10 pennies and say, okay, would you want this penny for 10 days? How much would they be? They'd probably say one, two, three. They probably count to 10. You
Mhm.
know, would you want a 5 cent and add a 10 cent? And at 10 cent, you add a 25 cent, you add $1 and add that up. Which one you want? Which one's better for you? And they probably get the second one, the penny with the 10 cent, the 10 cent with the 25 cent next, 25 cent with the dollar. I would say that's the difference between simple interest and compound interest. And they'll say, oh, each time it goes up, the dollar amount goes up. And that's how I would kind of explain it.
So now you living in a whole new world, right? You got so many things going on. Donald Trump is in office. We got Elon Musk helping out Donald Trump in office. So it's a whole lot going on. So what do you think people need to focus on this year since Trump is in office and a whole lot of things may change?
I will focus on net worth.
Mm,
Net worth. If you look at your portfolio or anything that's going on, and assets minus liabilities equals your net worth, I will look into that. If it's a zero, it's a zero. It happens to all of us. If it's zero, but you can change that, right? I would look at that because money, as you've seen, money right now, money they print money every day. Some they can print every day. It's not worth too much.
right.
you know. So that being said, we chasing money, but you gotta chase to own something. Or not chase, attract to own something. So don't chase the money, attract to own something. So I think it's the age of owning in these 4 years, is to own something. Own your house with a allodial agreement on top of it. That means you really own it with a allodial agreement. Yeah, own your house with a allodial agreement. Own some land in Marshall, Texas, or somewhere in Philly or Atlanta, Snellville, Georgia. Own some land that you can grow a crop on there, but own something. So because you owning something, it's better than you having paper. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? Sometimes gold and things like that. Get something that will never depreciate. So start owning things. This is the age of owning. You're just getting money. One day they can say, okay, money is not good anymore. Let's just do Bitcoin. And all the money you accumulated became dust real quick. So I
mm,
feel like owning something is very important right now. Getting to
mm.
own things, because you see a lot of times you watching right now, companies are buying up houses and whole divisions of real estate, and you'll be a renter for the rest of your life. So go own a piece of land, go own something, do your thing, go overseas or something, do something. Yeah.
So somebody that wants to start owning, right, but don't know where to start, what's some advice that you can give to them?
It's a lot of things you drive by and pass, and it's like $10,000 or something like that. for 1 acre or 2 acres, something like that. So you see it on the road, and you call one of them numbers, and you can make it happen. Or however, the best way is probably to do it like with people, family members, or people that have the similar mindset to you. Family is not blood. Family to me is mindset and inspiration and education, and all other things that go with it. But get people in the same mindset, and y'all come together and say, okay, I put up 3,000, y'all put 3,000, all us own a piece of this land, and let's get it and make it to a parking lot. It could be something like that, that simple. Because they have places out there. It's not in the inner city, probably, most likely, but they have places that have potential to grow, and you can own something. So you gotta go outside the city limits.
Sure.
Because sometimes you get outside the city limits. 5 years from now, you have a vision. 10 years from now, it pushed out there, and now that 12,000 turns to a million quick.
Mm.
So that's how it
So
goes.
you playing long-term games. So why do you feel like people want so much instant gratification right now rather than really mapping out their future for the rest of their lives?
I believe most times right now people are doing like playing with instant gratification because everything's so quick. That's why you have it's not really long videos no more on Instagram or anything like that. It's shorts.
Mm,
People attention span is low.
mm,
And the phone is one of the cause of it, cause of the phone, the TV shows and all that. We always say we don't have enough time, but we do have enough time. We just don't prioritize the things that make sense
mm,
to grow, right? So that being said, if it was me talking about this subject, really, and I am talking about it, is that making sure that most people today they're just having the chemical. It's the chemicals. I'm sorry, it's the chemicals that's doing it. So if I have when you wake up in the morning time, you look right to your phone, it
mm,
got you already. It got you.
mm,
So that's why I'm saying meditating and reading and put your phone do not disturb. It's gonna be detrimental
mm,
because they don't have shackles on your hands anymore. They have shackles on your brain. They don't have to have physical shackles when they have spiritual shackles on your brain. If I can maneuver you without putting shackles on your body, I still own you.
mm,
So right now, that's what it's about. So understanding you're not being owned or held by shackles literally on your feet and your hands. We are being shackled by our brains. So understanding, okay, I need time to myself to read. I need times to focus and meditate or run and things like that to make sure you stay out of the matrix right now. You know what I'm saying? And that's gonna be a big thing because right now everything instant gratification because they understand if you think everything fast, you'll never pay attention. And patience is the vehicle that drives out deception every time. And patience take you slowing down. So if you don't slow down, you'll forever be deceived.
So now we get to the hot seat question of the interview. You ready?
You always give me these hot seat things, man. You crazy, man.
Sure.
Go ahead.
If you had a signature fragrance, what would it be?
Ugh. Mahogany bliss. You know what I'm saying?
What's the weirdest thing you done to make money?
The weirdest, I don't think I did anything weird to make money, to be honest with you. I think I sold some Jolly Ranchers in like back in the day when I was younger. Um,
Mhm.
I bought some stuff from the candy lady back in the back in my day, back in the
Uh,
jets, back in the jets for like 25 cents, and I sold them for like a 50 cent, 50 cent. So like using her product or tell my mom to buy at the time, buy the value pack, and I'll make the value pack like 50 cent and make more money than what I got it for. I think that's one of the weirdest things. I don't really idolize money. I idolize my spiritual. I idolize anything, but spirituality is a big thing for me. Yeah.
So I appreciate you for coming on the show today, bro. Anything you want to say to your fans and supporters out there?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Just right now, people like my people out there, even myself, just focus. Focus on the P. When I say about the P, it's the persistence, the consistent, and the discipline. The PCD: persistence, consistency, and discipline. And the reason why I say that because without those three legs, without one of them, you will fall. So if you got three, imagine you have a three-legged stool: persistence, consistency, and discipline. Without one of them, the rest fail. So focus on those three pillars, and I think a lot of things will happen for all of us today: persistent, consistent, and discipline. And make sure you have the proper insurance, life insurance, and not death insurance on yourself. Two different factors. Make sure you have that because you protect what you love. And that's the first thing you love is your family, your people. Protect them, you know. And that's it. Love, oneness, and peace.